Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where I break down all the goals scored in the Premier League, using my over 20 plus years of coaching experience and doing lots of other things in the footballing world. Today we're doing Newcastle against West Ham, and if you're interested in some of the things that I do, there's links in the description below. We're currently, I'm being an executive producer on a movie that I'm helping somebody make, a director. He's done about 10, 15 movies before. If you ever need help or doing something, let me know, because I'm always up for helping people and doing stuff. That's generally the role of a coach, and that's what I really do is help people and players become better. And if you can use anything that I show you in these videos, which I'm going to go over a lot today on this video, Newcastle against West Ham, because we've got to talk about VAR. And I started noticing something, and I haven't sort of flushed out the full idea yet of how to sort of articulate the words, but it's like VAR is AI refereeing a game and it doesn't have any consciousness or understanding about what it's doing. So as I start showing you things, I'm going to start sort of trying to flush out that idea and show you what I'm meaning about people don't really know what they're talking about. Contact in the box is not a foul. It's got to be a foul. You can't just touch somebody and think it's a foul. It's a penalty. And that's what happens straight away on this first one that we're going to look at right here. As we can see, there's a coming together here straight away from this. They're both going to be challenging for the same ball right here. As we can see, just before the point of impact, we can see that this guy here, he isn't going to get there, and he knows he's not going to get there, but he's playing for the penalty. You can see that the ref's seeing him. You can see what he's looking to do right here, and as he runs in here, he goes down before the player really touches him. He crumples. I don't know if he touches the ball, so he basically just jumps in front of the West Ham player, and the West Ham player hits him. Well, yeah, because you've jumped in front of me. I'm playing the ball and you're playing me. You're playing the referee here to get a penalty. You haven't touched the ball. And we know he hasn't touched the ball. Look at the pace of the ball here movement. Watch it. Watch it. He doesn't touch the ball. He jumps in front of the West Ham player. The West Ham player clatters into him and the ref gives a penalty. That is never a penalty. The guy has got to play the football. You can't just run in front of people and go, oh, he's kicked me. Yeah, because you ran in front of him. The second penalty is exactly the same as this first one. So we're going to go watch the little penalty. But before we do, here we go. Clearly he's not playing the ball, the Newcastle United player, and the West Ham player's kicked him. Well, because the Newcastle player's not trying to play the ball. He's just trying to get in front of the West Ham player. You can see that right there, and also by the movement and the pace of the ball. This wee man steps up, takes his little penalty, sloshes it into the net box, and does his job. I like this striker, actually. I think he's got a lot more potential. I think he needs to get out of Newcastle if he wants to do it, and it's only because Newcastle are struggling. Their potential last season, they've really dropped off. But if he wants to become a better player, he needs to move on. Yeah, he really does. In saying that, if Newcastle pick up a couple of extra players or do a couple more things, maybe they can provide him more service or more support up front. But yeah, if he wants to become a proper world-class player, he needs to do something because he's not progressing as much as I really think he should. Okay, so this is a lack of complete understanding by Eddie Howe of how to set up his team. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people back, 3 there, 1 there. Striker, absolutely fine, and 0 pressure on the ball. Absolutely 0 pressure on the ball. Look at this clown here. He doesn't know what he's doing. Why are you backing off from the ball? This is an easy pass and a tap-in, basically, because this Newcastle United team don't have a clue of how to be pressuring this ball and having this high line. Because if they did, there's 3 players here, and there's nobody even close to being able to intercept a pass, tackle, or do anything. They've all dropped off, by the way, which is fine. But if you are dropping off and you are having a high line this high, you are making it so simple for this pass to go in there behind. Now, you can do that. That's okay if your keeper is aware and is up higher, but he's not. So all this guy's got to do is pick out his pass, which he does. Right, and when the ball lands right here, obviously playing straight through and Antonio's in. If the keeper had moved slightly forward, now he probably would have been done, to be honest. But what the point of having the keeper is a little bit farther forward isn't necessarily he's going to cut out the pass. What he's really doing is saying to the guy playing the ball, go on then, mate. We'll make it a foot race. We'll see if we can play that ball. And you hesitate, and that gives the guys enough time to take 1 or 2 steps back, help shut the space, and it's not so easy to play such a simple through ball and cut through the whole of the Newcastle defence because they're high. Remember, high line and no pressure equals easy ball in behind. They had a high line, there's no pressure on the ball, and then he runs. I don't mind what the keeper's done here, where he's run back and then come forward. I think that's quite, honestly, I prefer that instead of the keeper standing out there like a lemon and getting chipped. I do prefer you going back and then coming forward. However, he gets done through the legs. It's a little bit too easy. He really should do better. Look, Bosh straight. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, wow. I apologise. I've seen too many goals today. And he just smashes it in. Well done. Good finish. Yeah, completely wrong. Let's get on to the next goal. Okay, this is what I was talking about from this goal here. This is when that thought popped into my head today when I was watching this game about people are playing like AI and they're not playing football. So this clown here is diving on the floor like he's got a shot in the head, and he gets not even a little slight tap. By the way, he gives the foul away. He's committed the foul because West Ham have the free kick, and he gets slightly touched on the side of his cheek, and he's gone down like he's been punched in the face. And that's where I'm going. It's like, oh, well, I've been touched in the face, and that's a foul, so I'll fall to the ground. Because if you're running a computer program, that's what a computer program would say. Oh, yeah, he's touched me in the face, it's a foul. Well, that's how it looks, and he's gone down, he's done all the things to make it look like it's a foul when it's really not a foul. The guy's play acting, and he's just cheating, really. And it's becoming more and more like apparent of how people are doing it. And it's like, I have to find another way of trying to word it, and I will. It's like if an AI was playing it, I get touched and fall over, so free kick equals free kick, I get the ball. Doesn't. They play a quick free kick and they get straight in behind because everybody on the Newcastle team is arguing about a thing that isn't really a thing, because it's not really a foul. It's not even a half foul. It's nothing. Otherwise, the ref would have given it the other way. Honestly, it's a quality little through ball. Dinks in behind again. The high line's up again. Of course, there's no pressure on the ball because it's a free kick. Now, here's the thing you do, right? And this comes down to professionalism. And this is complete and utter lack of professionalism from Newcastle and their coaching staff. You get back and defend first, argue second. Because if you don't get back and defend first, this happens. Unprofessional teams are arguing with the referee about a thing that may or may not happened. Quality teams get on, play the ball, and you never know what might happen if you actually just try to play the game properly. Because we always used to have this saying in coaching as well, football wins. No matter what stupid thing you're trying to do or trying to get, football wins. And these guys play football. They knock the ball in behind, and he goes on a little bit of a run. Bosh, off he goes. Off he goes, stretches them in behind. Now, here's the other thing. Because of the lack of professionalism, you can actually see how the gap is created. There's the defensive line. There's the midfield line. Obviously, there's a clear gap in here. And this is the funny part. Watch this touch. I'm going to show you. I think it's Jared Bowen here takes this touch. He doesn't make this touch a pass. He has a first touch to get it out of his feet and smash it in the net box. However, his teammate's in the way. Watch this. So here we go. He's cut the ball back. He's about to basically take a touch, right? And then he's going to smash it into there. But as he takes a touch, it's such a it's not a poor touch. This guy's just Johnny on the spot. Watch. There's his setup touch. Do you see how he's setting his feet? You can see his feet were setting up for the shot. And he can't because his mate's already taken it and smashed it into the net box. Quality. Good thinking goal. Complete lack of professionalism from Newcastle. Defensively, they should have been so much more switched on, but so they should have been for the first goal. They're just all like, it's just poor. Just completely and utterly poor. And as a manager or a coach on the sideline, you are responsible for picking up those things. In those little milliseconds when you can see your team is switching off and another story is developing, you make sure everyone does their job. That's what you're paid there to do. And he didn't do it. Here we go. If you're new to the channel, you won't know what I'm talking about. But if you've been here a lot of time listening to my videos, you'll know exactly. Someone's got their arm of the Premier League telling somebody what to do. Someone's about to score a goal in the next 5 seconds. Always happens, telling us someone else what to do. But again, look at how bad this Newcastle team is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players all on this side. Completely and utterly nobody there. They're playing this ball through across there. I don't know what these people are all doing. Don't know why you're coming back here. It's funny, right? When you're a really good coach, you know what you're supposed to be telling this guy what to do. And it sounds so dumb, but it always works. Just get away. You get away. Because as soon as he starts running away, he'll run twice as hard to get there. And if he starts running away, he can't play that easy ball into all of this space. And watch what he does here. Watch him, because he thinks the ball's gone out of play here. That's what they're all going to argue about. Again, lack of professionalism. They're too busy arguing about stupid things instead of playing the game of football. Watch, as this goes here. Boom. See them all raise their arms? Oh no, the ball's gone out of play. No, it hasn't. If you carry on running, you might actually get there and stop this guy. If you keep moaning and complaining, you're just going to be a moaner and complainer and you're going to get beaten. Of course they don't, because we're going to get onto that in a minute. Great decision. Oh my God, VAR is terrible. But wide open here, Jared Bowen, wide open. I like this little Jared Bowen. Unfortunately, he's a little bit too old. I think he's 27, 28. 2 more years younger, and he would have been a really quality talent for the years to follow. The ball in behind as well wasn't a particularly good one. This guy almost gets there, and if he was a little bit sharper and switched on and didn't come over to close the sideline, why he doesn't want to come and close the sideline on that previous clip I showed you when he's coming over there, is because there's nowhere for that player to go except for down the sideline. Okay, so if you come over to the sideline, now you're giving him space to go into the middle. You basically stand in the middle, and make him make a decision, because he can't beat you unless you go to him. So you just say, okay, on, mate, you run down the sideline. Oh, you play the ball in the middle. Well, I'm already here waiting for it. Great. So he didn't understand that defensively. He did both things wrong. But as Jared Bowen moves forward, he's actually getting quite good at the old tidy finish. And look how close the Newcastle players are when he slots it into the net box. And if they just didn't raise their hands and they actually did the game properly, they probably could have got there and prevented that goal. Okay, again, this is what I'm calling another AI-assisted goal from the VAR, because this isn't a goal. The guy has possession of the football there. You can clearly see. There's the little football. He's got possession of it. This is the opposing player, the tackling player, not in possession. Okay, so as the guy with possession goes, the guy not in possession sticks his leg across the other guy, and the guy with possession of the ball kicks the guy that doesn't have possession of the ball. That isn't a foul for the other guy because he sticks his leg in the way. It's not. He's tackling from behind. He doesn't touch the ball, right? He's not trying to play the ball. He's putting himself in a dangerous position, and then the referee, the VAR say that's a penalty. Not on your life is that a penalty. Ever. And then when he goes down, he rolls around like an absolute buffoon, rolling around on the floor like someone's trying to chop his leg off. Again, that's what an AI would do. Oh, I've been touched. I've got to. That's what a little computer program would say. I've got to sell it now and make it worse than it's ever possible could be, ever. Now, here's the other part. Is that clear and obvious, right? Because that's what it's supposed to be. Is it a clear and obvious error? No, it's not. And in no way, shape or form is this a clear penalty. So if it's not a clear penalty, it's not a clear and obvious error, is it? Right? Because this isn't a clear penalty in anyone's book. You can have 100 people arguing over this, backwards and forwards. It's not a penalty, it's a penalty. So if you're arguing over it, it's not a clear and obvious error. There we go. Simple. VAR again. Ruined another game. Now here's the other thing. It's 3-1 at this time to West Ham. And this is what I'm talking about, the AI. If the AI turns around and says, but if it's 3-2 to West Ham, Newcastle have got a chance of coming back and makes it a really good game. Oh, okay, Mr. VAR, let's do that. Let's make it a really good game, because Newcastle are at home, and if we give them an extra goal, it'll make it close, and because we're at 3-1, West Ham are all over Newcastle. Newcastle really didn't have much of a foot into the game. But as soon as the crowd comes back into it, St. James's Park, anything's possible. And that's exactly what ends up happening. Yeah, so the guy behind is fouled by this guy. You are joking. I mean, how bad is this? The guy behind is fouled. No, never ever in a million years. He's actually takes his little penalty, like that guy. Quality. Little ball in here into the midfield. Now, when this ball's played in, you just have a look at how many West Ham players are facing the wrong way and have got their body shape completely wrong. No one's close to this guy when it comes in. Now, again, look at how high this line is. What's the rules? If you're playing a high line, you've got to have pressure on the ball. Well, you all know that and understand that. West Ham don't. When the ball gets played in here, there's no pressure on this ball. He gets to turn and do what he wants, and which he does easily. Now, there's a run. You can see the run starting to form right here, and this guy can just easily run with him. Let's watch what happens. As he plays it, you can see he's not really going with the runner. He's trying to maybe step back and trying to play him a little bit like in an offside trap. This is one of those occasions when this defender, again, doesn't know what he's doing, and the difference of being able to... so why am I making this point? He's able to see these other two players here, right? So he knows he cannot step up and play him offside. Also, the ball's travelling. But what he does in his little AI brain, I've got to step up because the ball's been played. That is what the computer program AI robot told me to do. And he's not thinking for himself. What he's supposed to be doing here is tracking the runner. It's the only thing he can do. But again, remember when I said he steps in? Watch his... Right, because he's got a yard. He's a yard on the goal side of him. Watch what he does. Do you see that? As he turns, and now he's completely lost that little extra yard he had, and this guy's gone right past him and blown straight past him because he isn't aware of what the situation really is. He doesn't really see that these two players are playing him onside. He doesn't really notice that the ball's gone played, so he's just running his little AI script in his head about, oh, well, I've just got to step up and play him offside, instead of just actually making the correct decision, which is just run with the guy. And if he just ran with him, he would have stopped this easily. Instead, the guy gets all the way through, one-on-one with the keeper, and this is the one when it goes through the keeper's legs. To be fair, the keeper's got to do a better job here. He really does. If it's such a simple little finish for the guy. Yeah, the keeper's just got to do anything, just do something, and he doesn't. Go straight through his legs into the goal. The keeper's just got to be better there. There you go. That's a better sort of view of seeing the mistake that this guy's made. Now, here's the other problem as well. Look, you can see he's got the run on him. All he's got to do is check, make the run. Now, when you've made the error and you've gone in deep, oh look, there's me booming it up. I don't know how I zoom in, by the way, on this little software I use. If you made that mistake and you find yourself when you're in that mistake, commit to it. Go, right, okay, I'm too deep. I'm going to stay here and make sure this guy doesn't score. Don't try to get back up and try to do any of those other dumb things. Just go, right, I've got to fix this, and you fix it and deal with it. Here we are for the last goal. Actually, the last goal is probably the best goal of the lot. But it's simple again. There's no shape. Look, you've got your back line here, but they're all chasing the ball. They're all getting pushed over here chasing the ball. West Ham are panicking. They're running around like little headless chickens trying to win the ball back, and there's no one here whatsoever to stop this shot, to challenge for this shot. When I say stop the shot, you're really supposed to be just getting in the way so he doesn't get a free shot at goal. And what happens when you're out of shape as a midfielder and you overcommit? The ball comes in like this and you just get done. He just dances straight past him. And this is where I'm talking about your extra midfielder, because you don't really have any. You've got 1, 2, 3 all here in this little tiny space where one of you could have been there. And that's because they've all got pulled over because they're all panicking. And that means this whole side of the field here doesn't have a single West Ham player. And what we're really looking for is about this area here. Again, look at these guys. All of them are doing nothing as well at the same time. 3 of them. No one's analysed and understood the spot here. This guy has. As he's got the ball, he's going to dink his little guy here and smash it into the corner. But if there's anyone here in this area here, easily stop this. But they can't. And he smashes it into the bottom of the net box. Quality strike, probably the best goal. Other than that, everything's a complete mess. Anthony Gordon got sent off for passing the ball to the other team's goalkeeper. The ref decided that it was he was kicking the ball away. That's again what I'm talking about. It's like an AI script of, I've heard if you kick the ball away, it's a yellow card. Yeah, but I kicked the ball away to the guy taking their free kick. I gave it to their team to take the free. Yeah, but it's a now yellow card and now you're off. It is getting ridiculous. There's a lot more to cover for today, but thank you for listening. I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.